Going on, guys? Sam the Bold here. Got another Halo Wars video. This is a 2v2 that I played earlier. My teammate is going to be. Actually, don't remember who my teammate is. Oh, it's P2W and Ugly and Proud versus me and Scootman. Okay. We played a ton of custom games this night. This is one of the games that we played. I think I just recorded another commentary for another game previous to this, and we're playing on Bedrock this time. Got Pavium as my random all pick, another Pavium game, and Pavium's a fun guy, you know. This is actually a decent Pavium map, I would say, because you get a little bit of extra income from that burnout in the beginning, and that's going to be nice for buying mini bases. And generally, this is a pretty a scout intensive map here. A lot of scouts that go down on this map, you know, chopper fights, ghost fights, whatnot. So he decides to push my grunt on the power here with an early chopper, and I send my chopper back, and I have a unit there to defend it, and I actually get the better of him from that engagement. I was gonna chase him here, but then I see that he had a grunt on his own power, so decided to back up here, just pick up some resources. He didn't actually go for the psi energy, which is a little surprising. So I'm actually gonna grab all this side power, which is really good. So having all this extra energy on the side, it's gonna help me out a lot early on, early game. Get my generator upgraded right away, which is always nice. Probably even get a upgraded supply pad in there too. And I'm gonna go here, move my grunts back, grab my mini bases. Usually how this goes at a high level setting is when you have one UNSC and one banish. That the banish grabs the majority of the minis, and usually the UNSC is gonna grab the double mini in the center, and they're gonna have their side mini. So just that's kind of how it usually goes at a high level because you have a little more money with banish because you have more units to pick up money with. So kind of the standard strategy. I don't remember what leader my teammate got this game. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Just gonna be grabbing an early node here. Gonna be using my chopper to pick up the rest of this resources. I flared my teammate's base to build on it, so I just scrolled over it briefly and saw that he didn't have anything cute on it. Wasn't trying to be like a dickhead or anything, but you know, just trying to make sure he's paying attention. He's not idling his buildings unnecessarily. And these guys are kind of being jerks here. They got all their scouts on my node right now, and the problem with the brute grunts in this game is that you really can't capture any nodes when there's units or stuff around the node. So like the big thing, a big troll thing you can do is like if you're playing Johnson, you can just drop a bunker down like next to the node, and they're never gonna cap the node with the brute grunts until the bunker dies. Or you can also you can also do the same thing with a colony wall. Just drop a colony wall down on the node, and they're not going to capture that node until the colony wall's gone. That's the brute grunts are pretty dumb. With the elite grunts, you don't really have that problem. It's like a brute run exclusive problem. But my teammate did a good job here grabbing the middle node and the right side node, so we have pretty good node control here for the most part. I didn't have a second gen for a little while, so I'm gonna be a little bit behind on the tech. Kind of a downside going this heavy into choppers. I'm doing the same thing to him right now. He's not gonna be able to capture that node over there because I have a chopper on it. So we're gonna need to either back his unit away or send in. Yeah, I'm sending in his chosen right now, so I'm gonna have to retreat here. That's an unupgraded Atriox, by the way, but that one shot he did was actually just murdered my chopper there. There's a red bar to chopper with that one potato cannon Atriox shot. I'm just kind of backing up here. I'm just trying to read the situation, see what's going on. I noticed that my teammate's pushing his side, so I'm gonna come over there and kind of assist him. Atriox is running over there. I ping him, you know, and like Red is going for jackrabbits, so um, like I don't think that my teammate is going to be able to catch his units at all. You can always just run your units away from jackrabbits. You don't have to worry about getting caught out. Like with the jackrabbits, what I'm trying to say is that you can always pick and choose your engagements. You can always engage on your terms, which is a big deal with jackrabbits, which is why they're kind of obnoxious to play against sometimes. You can just kind of run around, shoot minis, not engage. But I think my teammate's kind of doing the right thing here. He's pushing up on this base. He's gonna try and kill a gen here. I had a little bad rally point again. I got a chopper caught out from the jackrabbits, which is unfortunate. We're taking a big engagement here. Teammates shooting. Everything's back here. The Jackrabbits are back. The Atriox Chosen's back. I opted into rain of fire down on the base. I was worried we weren't gonna get the generator and end up killing a supply pad and the gen of that rain of fire. So some might say that wasn't worth it. I say we got a generator and a heavy supply pad, so it was worth it. But Jerome's gonna fall, unfortunately. There's just a little too much here of the Atriox Chosen and everything, and I really can't fight any leaders with the choppers, any hero units. So gonna have to back up. But I've been trying my best to like prevent him from taking the nodes, and I'm grabbing the nodes behind this, trying to maintain a little bit of map control. And I am Tech 2 now, so I'm gonna start pumping out some counter units. I'm going in for some rangers and probably a few hunters because they got decent amount of rabbits up. But really, I just want to get enough counters to be able to fight yellow, be able to fight his Atriox Chosen. It's a bit of an issue. It's a very strong unit on Tech 1. It's gonna be hard to deal with, so we'll be building some elite rangers to deal with that guy. And so that's a nice decap there on that node. I actually do end up getting that decap with that grunt before that on the node before that grunt dies, which is nice. But I'm gonna have to back up here. Definitely am not gonna be able to fight that army that yellow has with just these choppers. I'm gonna need to build some counters. Base is upgrading right now. I got engineers pumping on the main. I'm gonna go engineer, hunter, ranger, maybe a few grunts in here too to spend its extra resources. Um, yeah, it's all about holding its expansion. It's all about defending its expansion. I see the jackrabbits are driving over here too. I'm kind of waiting on my teammate, honestly. I don't think I can take this fight really until I get more units built. I only have two rangers and one hunter right now. I have 50 pop, right? But not all on the field right now. My base is actually locked too. I need to unlock my base right now. Please unlock your base. Not good. I have an engineer on my base though. The engineer is healing the base. They do deny the shield generator. I rebuild it on the front. There's a turret drop there. I'm gonna have to drive through that, which kind of sucks. It takes some damage from that. Turret drop ends up killing my engineer. I'm coming over to help my teammate. It's kind of all alone here, unfortunately, but I'm right around the corner. Base finally gets unlocked. There's a couple units there gonna pop out, Hunter and Ranger. And I'm trying to use my leftover choppers from Tech 1 to get rams on this Chosen. I want to stagger ram him. I just ram him and then wait a sec and then ram him again. Just kind of get him caught in that animation where he can't shoot and be useful. But we do push that off, which is good. Don't end up killing the Atriox Chosen. You managed to retreat that away, and now we definitely need to get back onto these nodes because we have not had the nodes for a little while. During that last engagement, it was favored for them, so now we have the superior army when you can capture the power nodes, get some map control back. Um, yeah, so my plan here, honestly, is just to build some counters, hold the nodes down. Just like Pavium's a counter unit guy. I was banished. But I am gonna get my hero up. I like building my Pavium hero for sure. He's a great unit. A little slow, but he's decent. He can do some stuff with him. His viability is pretty good. I'm gonna be pumping out some more engineers here. Nope, okay, third gen. That's good. So yeah, burnout is awesome. I'm probably gonna go burnout 3 here, I'd imagine, and burn out those 3 gens with Pavium and triple burnout on. I don't have my gens actually set up in the right position here, so I'm not gonna get all 3 of them burned out, but like still like a burnout 3 on gens and like upgraded plaids is really good. You're just gonna have a ton of money to do stuff, and I'm sitting here, full pop, juicing up here, gonna spend my money, got a shield on my main just in case. Kind of holding the middle down here, poking and prodding. He's got his Atriox chosen, but I don't think he can really fight my big ball of units, my mass. And my teammate's having a hard time getting a secondary up. He keeps getting it denied by jackrabbits. These jackrabbits are still running around causing problems. So I'm gonna leave a few engineers on his base to keep his base from dying, hopefully. And we're engaging here, pushing up. One thing I don't have and that I really need here desperately is I need Reavers because he has like 5 or 6 engineers and just the hunters and the rangers are not going to deal with those. I'm going to need to get some reavers up here. So I did get my first reaver out and I actually lost that engineer on his base to jackrabbits, which is crazy because jackrabbits just do like hardly any damage at all to air units. But yeah, lost lost an engineer to jackrabbits, which is kind of funny. And I'm gonna keep sending units over to that base so I can defend my teammate. I think I flare for him to buy it now. It should be safe to buy. But I am gonna be moving up the map here with my teammate. We're gonna be pulling up here onto Red's main. See if we can't get some damage done with a big push. Lich is pretty close. We're on fourth point going into fifth point here, so the Lich should be dropped down shortly. I do send a few hunters down to this mini base to defend it. I'm trying to attempt to defend it, but he turret drops me, so I'm gonna run away from the turret drop. Not that big of a deal, you know. Probably will end up losing the mini, but again, he just used a leader power for that, so it is what it is. And we're pushing this base here, and I'm right behind my teammate. Unfortunately, my units are just really slow, so that's one issue with Pavium. He definitely does suffer from a little lack of mobility. And I noticed they have a lot of Hornets in that army, which is kind of unfortunate for me because I have so many hunters and rangers. But I'm gonna do pretty well against this flame hog drop he threw down. I'm kind of sitting next to my teammate right now. I'm getting his inspiration on my guys. You know, you want to always hug your Jerome teammate in teams. You know, do a good job here microing that red bar reaver, pulling it back with a jump. And the rabbits are again on this guy's base, and I'm sending units over there to defend it right now. But he's definitely having a tough time getting a secondary. I've actually ended up buying his opponent's secondary, which is kind of funny. And Pavium is on the field now. I'm upgrading him to Tech 2. He just takes a really long time to walk up the map. I think I might send him back to defend his base, but actually, I kind of want Pavium forward here. I want to push Pavium up on this base so I can keep him on this high ground and shell because Pavium has a very long range. Like you can just shell the if you keep your Pavium up on this mini base on this high ground ramp here, you can just shoot down the main base and you can use your Y ability and rain of fire it and cause a lot of problems. So it's a fun strat. Get the fifth point here, drop in the Lich right away. Lich push is going to be essential to the strat here, and I don't have a lot of Reavers here, right? So what do I do here? I notice that I need to get more Reavers in my army, so I'm just gonna use this Lich here to build some units. I see he has all those Hornets and Gales, and I'm like, dang, I only got one Reaver, right? So wait for it here, wait for it. Never mind, never mind. I should have built a Reaver out of that portal right away, but there we go. Starting to build the first Reaver here. He bulwarks the base to try and save it. Lich is maining it down. Army's looking pretty strong. He doesn't have a vet one chosen. I mean, I'm 100 pop here on this army. There's that big drop beam combo, which is nice. Good leader power combination there. I'm gonna end up taking some heavy losses from those leader powers. Kinsano big drop is always pretty strong, hard to deal with. But the Reavers are pumping out of the Lich now, so I'm gonna have some anti-air to deal with those 2-star Hornets. Pavium finally has made his way all the way up the map onto this base, and I'm going to be using him to kill stuff. I think I'm gonna press Y on the Reaver there, but something I didn't know is that if your Reaver is Y ability by the Pavium leash, you can just jump out of the Y ability. I didn't know that. Learned something new this game. But I'm Tech 3 now, so I'm gonna start switching into Wraiths. Counter units are kind of through. Another Flame Hog drought coming down, but I still have a decent amount of hunters to fight this. And the Lich, man, the Lich just stays on the field for so long. This Lich is just shooting and shooting and just lasts forever. So I'm just pumping out units here, just trying to get my population back up. But we're looking pretty good right now. Looking pretty strong. I think that red is kind of in a corner. He really doesn't have a lot, just like he's like a couple supply pads, just no real army. Cansano's hard, she's just not the greatest leader. She's kind of tough to play. Or you have your Jackrabbit Clay on Tech 1, and then she has a very awkward mid game. That's the problem with Kinsano. Her mid game is extremely awkward. At fifth point, she's like decent, but usually you're not like ahead, you know, on fifth point. You're always behind. But he sacks it up there. It's too much pressure. Lich push just did a lot of work, and that's a GG. So thanks for watching, guys. This is a pretty fun game to play, and yeah, you take it easy.